Hey everyone, Jamie Phillips and Barney Google, Action Auto Parts. Tell them, Barney. Oh. That's right, Action Auto Parts. Tell them. Oh. And so, me and Barney, well, more me than Barney. I've been driving around. Barney's been walking. Kind of counting the vehicles, see how many I got out here right now. And of course, that's counting projects and other stuff, but I think I come up with 145. It's here, and then that ain't counting what I got at home. But I wanted to do a video before I went home. I just got through finishing up mowing out here, and so I wanted to do a video, but I'm going to get this thing turned around here first. Instead of trying to hold it backwards, I got my camera turned around. So Wednesday night of last week, I was out here, Peg and Emma gone, and it was about 5 o'clock. And I was going to go home, and man, I got the feeling rough. And those of you that don't know, I've got actually a total now of 6 stents in my heart, and I've got a pacemaker, and this is actually my 4th one. I'm 61, and I've had a pacemaker since I was 32, so getting close to half my life. And so there's a different type of a sensation when my pacemaker kicks on, and I know it when it does it. And so I was sitting up front, and I got to getting this thing right here in my chest, and it wasn't really a pain, but it was similar to when my pacemaker would kick on, but it just stayed constant, and kind of got the feeling a little weird. And so I was like, crap, I'm gonna have to try to get home. And so I sat in a truck for 4 or 5 minutes, finally drove down to the gate, and sat there probably for another 4 or 5 minutes, psyching myself up that I could get out, shut the gate, and lock it, because I didn't want to go off and leave it open. And so I got that done, and so I started home, and that's about a half mile from the house. And Crystal, my wife, called, and she said, "When you coming home?" And I said, "Well, I'm on my way now, but you may need to come outside. I don't feel good." And so I got to the house, and she didn't hear me pull in. I pulled up on the porch of our garage there at the house, and had the AC blowing on me. And now to back it up, I hadn't had a lot of rest. I didn't sleep good 2 nights prior, and I really hadn't ate that day, that Wednesday, other than breakfast. So I was trying to blame it on maybe that. So anyway, I pull up, I'm sitting in the truck, the AC is blowing on me, and I don't know if I passed out or if I fell asleep, but she came up to the side of the truck and said, "Are you all right?" And I woke up, I was kind of freaked out, had my fist clenched and all that. She said my eyes were all really, like I was kind of out of it. So, she was freaking out and wanted me to go to the ER. And I said, well, let's do this, because, Stanford Hospital is probably about just a wee tad over 6 miles from the house. But all of my cardiologists are about 26 miles to the south. And I said, I don't want to go here. And then if it is something that's cardio related, hang out down there for 2 or 3 hours, only to get shipped down there. And I said, let's go and eat. I've not ate. I said, let's go eat, see if I feel better. And so I did started feeling better. And so we went, and we was about a little over halfway to Somerset, where we ate at, which is what I planned. In case I didn't feel better, we would already be closer to it. And so I got to feeling better. So I came back home. So Thursday, man, I felt great. And I mowed to about 9 o'clock at night. And then Friday, I take it back. So Thursday, I called my cardiologist. Let me back it up some. And he wanted me to come in 8 o'clock Friday morning to get my pacemaker checked. So that was Thursday morning when I was walking Axel. Thursday I felt good, worked, stayed out here and mowed till like 9 o'clock at night. And so then Friday I get up, I go to Somerset. Chad, my pacemaker guy, checks my pacemaker, and these things are really high tech. It records everything that your heart does. And so he was checking it out, and he said, "What night was that?" I said, "Wednesday." And he said, "About 5 o'clock." And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, I'll be right back." So he goes out, calls the doctor that I see, not the one that puts my stents in, but the one that does my checkups. And James said, "Tell him not to leave. I'm almost to the office. I want to see him." So, and Fridays is really their busy day because that's when they do the pacemaker checks, and James sees patients, and they're only open till noon. So he gets there and he squeezes me in. And so now I have got AFib, RVR, or something like that. So he was kind of concerned about it, and so he said they was going to schedule me for a stress test and an echo this week now, which was last Friday, this coming week. And I actually got that scheduled, but it's not going to be till July the 30th. But I got to go in on the 25th for an EKG. But they had prescribed me a medicine, and I went to pick it up Friday afternoon last week, and it was $800. I was like, no. So now they got to try to get that worked out with the insurance company, or find an equivalent or whatever of it. So that all was Friday. And so Saturday, come out here and open up, and we had some customers, had a good day Saturday at the junkyard. And there's old Mama Hen. Bless her heart, she gave up on her eggs, but she's been hanging out. Anyway, so Saturday, go home, hanging out like always with the wife. And it was Saturday night, maybe 10-ish or so. And man, it hit me. And it hit me hard. And I was like, oh my God, I don't feel good. My chest was really tight. And so I said, you need to take me to the emergency room. And I don't normally want to do that. So she's helping me get ready. I couldn't even bend over to put my socks and shoes on. And I said, scratch that, call rescue squad. So she called 911. We told them we'd be waiting at the end of our driveway because our driveway at the house is really hard to see at night. And I got tree limbs that hangs out in the way. So anyway, she gets me in her vehicle. We're waiting. The rescue squad shows up. And I'm like, look, I want to go to Somerset. So they said, all right. So they get me down there, and our pastor and his wife came down, stayed with me and Crystal till 1 o'clock in the morning. They ended up, it regulated itself back, but what it was doing, I was hitting the 160s per beats per minute. It'd go like 130, 160, 119, 145, back and forth. And so by the time an actual doctor seen me, he was back to normal. He's like, I can't do nothing for you. So we got back home about 3:30 in the morning, and I laid around all day Sunday. So today I've really tried to take it easy and not do much because it's got me freaked out, man. This AFib stuff is, in the way when it hits me, it's really, really extreme. And I've not got my medicine yet. And so, but I told Crystal, I said, I don't like but about, 45 minutes or so having all the mowing done. And I need to get the mower to the brick house and where we live. So I promised her I'd take my time, and I did. And so I wanted to do a video of some of the stuff we done. I didn't really mean to ramble on this long about this, but if you do believe in the power of prayer, I appreciate you keeping me in your thoughts and prayers. I guess where I've had a pacemaker so long, and I had 3 stents, and then I had 2 stents, and then I had 1 stent. That kind of, I guess, got used to it. But then this AFib, and where it was just kicking my hind end big time, that's kind of had me freaked out because, I know a heart attack can take you out. You know, I could be dead before I hit the ground. But strokes has always scared me because I've seen that after, you know, people, what it does to them. I mean, a stroke can kill you too, but sometimes the paralysis and all those things. And man, a stroke has always been one of those things that freaks me out. And, you know, I stand a lot bigger risk, they say, with this AFib. So hopefully they'll get my medicines worked out, and I can get this stuff stopped, because it's, while I was mowing, a couple times I kind of would feel it, but it didn't last long. So yeah, so hopefully I can make it till I get my medicine figured out, then get my EKG, my stress, my echo, and all that kind of stuff done, and get this thing fixed. But that's all I needed, was one more issue with my heart. So I'm going to stop this here, and I'm going to move the truck around and kind of show you some of the things we got done, some of the stuff that's come in. So this one here might be a little bit longer than I normally post, but anyway, we'll go from there and see.
The most outstanding feature about television is the tremendous variety of
Alrighty, so we're back at the Ford lot, and man, I have gotten a lot of Ford trucks. Or mama hen again. But so kind of got two full rows now, and so we started a third one, and brought the little Ranger back, and then this white truck was one that I bought last week with the Chevy truck that's up front. And so Pittman grabbed it and brought it up here today and dropped it off up front. So we snaked it back here in the back, and had a guy wanting a gas tank, but they got it off and it was bad. And then we ended up finding another one in the bed of the truck. So that worked out all right. But of course, we scooted the old red and white one that they pulled the bed off of around, and I got that white one spun around. So I don't know how many Ford trucks I got, but that's all this section right here is Ford trucks. So starting on the third row, like I said, this is steeper than it looks. So with that white truck being pretty complete, as well as the Ranger, I didn't want to get nothing too where it'd be too dangerous to jack it up and do some stuff with it. I could probably, if one gets stripped down some more, put at least another one right beside that white one. So Felicia's got to get in the weeding part on that. There was, if you'll remember, was the white Ford Fiesta that was actually sitting where I just drove. And so we got it snaked around the other day, plus that HHR had been sitting down in the way where the Ford trucks is at, and so we grabbed it and pulled it up here, and then we put that 2019 Ford Fiesta beside it. But she's got this all kind of weed eated pretty good, and I just got through mowing this section back here, so it's looking pretty snaz right now, which is the way I like to keep it. That Mustang needs to be scooted over a little bit, because when they guy took a rear end out, it kind of went over. We also, up here the other day, this VW Jetta was the same way. You can see where the ground is dead, and we kind of drug it around a little bit. But yeah, it's, let me get this thing back out of, I had to put it in a little auto four-wheel drive, because I had it kind of in a twist, and on that grass it was wanting to spin a little bit. But all those, with the sun, don't blind you out of it, but those rows are all looking pretty good. That sun's kind of wicked right now because I'm aiming it toward the west. But anyway, I got all the mowing done, and she's got to get up here on this little front row and get there's that avalanche I just got in. I put it on the front, but come back around this way and kind of show it. I'm pretty tickled with, I get a lot of compliments when people come up here to get stuff that's never been here before, and they're like, man, this is about organized and straight and clean. And it gets away from you every now and then. You get busy, and depending on what the weather does. But all in all, it's getting kind of back where I wanted at. But let's see, we'll ease down over this way. That old hen, bless her heart, she'll follow you around pretty good. I worry to death about her, something catching her, but she's done pretty good so far. But now she'll come and let you know she wants something to eat, and that's pretty funny. And speaking of letting you know that they want something to eat, that old fart right there, he does it. One of the guys from the landfill called me a while ago and said, man, I think he's got hit. Man, I freaked out. I had stopped to put gas in the mower, and I go looking for him, and he's laying up there where he lives at. Wasn't you, Barney? You still my best friend? Huh? You still my best friend? Okay then. If you're still my best friend, I'm still yours. All right. That's straight out of the mouth of Barney Googlehead. You want to see something that's methed up? That big motor home looked like it had an explosion in it, but I've not got it listed yet. But we're going to try to eventually get all this crap on both corners took off. I'm going to list it because there's parts this may need, but eventually just get it kind of stripped out and maybe put a wall here on the front and make it a storage building. But the old Ford lot, well, I wanted to show you right quick. Yeah, we spun this dually around here today too. It's sticking back a little further than I wanted, so we may end up having to move it again, but we got it to where you can drive behind that row, you can drive behind it, and we're gonna have where you can come out and then you can drive behind these. I just think it's important, as long as I've got room to get it to where you got, somebody wants a rear end, things like that. Now the vintage lot, it's not going to probably have as much of that kind of access, but stuff sells a little bit slower sometimes off of some of these, and we're about ready to start kind of getting it organized and getting the couple out of here that's too new, and then getting some of this stuff over here pulled back that way. Oh, there's my old T-Bird. Yeah, daggone motor is locked up in it. I don't know. He's not had time to mess with it. I told him we may try to see if we could get it broke loose. If not, I'll just end up putting it in a junkyard and parting it out. It's in such good shape. I'd like to have it running, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we're going to go back up this way. Still got barn lumber to go through. Still got campers to clean out. It's never-ending cycle of stuff, I guess you could say, junk or something. But I don't know if Barney's still trying to follow me around, or he's going to give up on me. A while ago he went home, but he wasn't gone 10 minutes, and I looked up and he was right back again. So all right, so we made our way around the junkyard. You kind of seen we sold some parts again today. Not as busy today as it has been, but still, got some parts and stuff sold. Got that trailer of junk, if you've seen it in the video, that was sitting there where we cleaned that building out and the roof off of it. So that was took to the landfill and gotten rid of. So now I've got to get some block, and let's try to get this thing leveled up real good. And then once that happens, then I'm going to get started on the roof and see if we can't make something out of it. But and there's that Chevrolet truck that I bought, which it was drove in. Felicia got the trash and stuff out of it. I thought, well, I could leave it sitting here in case we don't need to run around the junkyard in it, but I'll probably get it listed tomorrow. And I done had a guy ask about the engine, and drive it up there and put it in a spot, and let her rock and roll, start making some monies. And Felicia, she missed a spot over there, but I keep saying I need to go get some mulch, and I do, but she got around the flower bed, weed eated and stuff. And then had a woman clean the cabin real good. Gonna surprise Crystal with that. But she went down, man, she got it all dolled up on the inside. But here we go, leaving the old farm. There's my gate with our name in it. And old Barney Google's following me out because he usually gets down here and wants to get one more bacon strip before he goes home. Don't you, Barney? But I hope y'all had a good one. Me and Barney's had a pretty good day, ain't we, Bubby? And, you know, I know it gets hot. And I dread wintertime. I love getting to mow and keep the place looking as good as I can. But this heat has been a little rough. It's cooled down some, though. It's even been hard on poor old Barney. But I'm going to lock her up, and we're going to head to the house, ain't we, Barney? After you get another bacon strip or 2 or 3. So y'all have a good one. I appreciate you if you followed me this long into this video. Like I said, it's going to be a little longer than some of them I normally post. But I hope you had a good one. Please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment, if you will. And please subscribe. And I guess that's it. I'll catch you in the next one.